I think there is this new buzzword in the market, technology oriented. It's called algo trading. A lot of technology is taking over this entire trading space. And I feel that in this past 12 months, the technology adoption that has happened, especially in the trading phase, has been really, really fast. And that area has exploded. So, what is your take on all of these things? And how do you see this?
Undoubtedly, technology penetration into markets and in the ways that we trade has been going up exponentially, no doubt about it. Now I see, several impacts of this. First up, let us look at the system itself. Now you got all these, low-cost brokers who have made the platforms which facilitates trading. They have also pared the commission down to the bone. So that also facilitates trading. And second, because of technology, information asymmetry which existed in the past, that is completely gone, right? Now, people in the past, let's say the 60s, 70s and all, they've all worked on information asymmetry. That only a small cabal had this news or information, and they used that advantage to the hilt. And the lay trader, the common investor, simply did not have access to anything. Now, I truly, I was part of all that, but I truly wonder now how we all traded and hope to make money. We did make money, and at 3% commission and 4% commission, today we are talking about zero commission, 0% commission. Today we are talking about having all the information at our fingertips. If it is not, it is being delivered to us all through the day, through the television channels, from WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, from website, everywhere. So there is information overload. That is what technology has done. It has cut down completely the delta between knowing and not knowing. So today everybody knows everything, and that changes the approach. Now, what has that done to the system as a whole? It has speeded up the response time. That is what it has done. It has speeded up the response time. So the minute something breaks, the response in the market is almost immediate, and it is greatly exaggerated. So earlier it used to happen, pretty gently and pretty progressively. Now it's all instant. So the stocks hit a downward circuit or an upward circuit in a flash, and we don't even know why it is. There is a big 5% drop here and there, and everybody's searching. And soon enough, if you search diligently enough, you will find the news or the event which is causing that movement. But the key point is that the movement has got so accelerated that response time of individuals now has to be greater than ever before. And this problem is only becoming more acute as the days goes past. So what is really occurring or needs to occur at the levels of even individuals is that they have to adopt technology into their lives. So faster machines, better throughput in your net service. You got to have fast moving. People have moved to co-location servers and all that, but that is for, there's HFT traders who need to shave off those microseconds also. But speaking about a common trader, he still needs to cut down the delta between him knowing, him acting, and the order going to the exchange and getting filled. All that time has to get crunched. So this is happening at the system end, where you're trading, where you're getting your information, and where you're trading. Now, how does this affect the trends? That also needs to be seen. As the response time becomes lesser and lesser, and people are responding faster and faster, because now what they have done is set up execution algos. Now, this execution algo business started somewhere around 2000, 2001, 2. I recall I was part of it. I was part of a project with TCS where, I was building a front end for our company at that point of time. And then we were going through all the modicum of how to speed up the execution and make it very algo oriented. This was the days of DMA, direct market access. And we were doing it for our FI clients and all that. So it started with execution algos. But this is 2021. And in 2021, Execution algos are a given and are just becoming faster and faster. There are more and more bots doing the work in sort of multiple ways. What is the last 1 year, 1.5 years that you mentioned, Aditya, is when strategy algos have come into the market. Now, strategy algos is can be very simple. Let's say crossover of X and Y moving average, which is about as simple as you can get, or it could be more complex. The complexity depends on two things: what the designer of the strategy can imagine and put it together in a logical manner, and second, the ability of that designer and the coder to get it right, so that what the designer has in his mind is also captured by the coder into the system, and then you run back tests and produce a robust system. So all these things are happening, and how are they affecting the trend? I think they are cutting down the cycles very, very sharply. Now, we all know that markets work in cycle. Bull market is a cycle, bear market is a cycle. Bull phase and bear phases are smaller cycles. Within that, we have bull days and bearish days, or bullish weeks and bearish weeks. That is a still smaller cycle. And then within the day, there are cycles also, that a certain period, let's say in the morning, is bullish or bearish. And then it is a different cycle as the day finishes, etc. So everything is cyclical. But what's happening is that these cycles are all becoming smaller. In my opinion, and this is debatable, and people can hold a different view on this, in my opinion, this is having a very drastic effect, not just on trading, but also on investing. Now, we have all been used to the cliches of the market that long term is best. Yes, indeed, long term investing worked wonders for people who have built wealth, but they worked over the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, when machines were not at work, and the cycles played out in time as they were running along with the amount of information spread at that point of time. But the 2020s is a very, very different time. Information asymmetry, as I said, is gone. So the cycles are getting crunched. I truly do not know if all those big multi-baggers, 10-year buy it, fill it, forget it of Hero Honda's fame, that's all not going to work anymore. It's my opinion. I don't expect all people to share it, but this is my firm opinion after having looked at all cycles for the past 40, 45 years in the market. I've done deep and extensive studies of cycle reorientation. The first time all paradigms of cycles changed is in 2008. I have written an article on that. If people are interested, I'll dig up that article when there was a complete 180-degree shift about the correlations which existed in the market. In the olden days, money would move very, very, systematically from one asset class to another. The hedge funds came and busted that. And then 2008 happened, financial Armageddon happened. And then that went for a toss. And after that, it has never got back into sync, right? So there have been so many things which have changed over the period. And I would reckon that a lot of it is because of technology. And so if the bigger cycles are shrinking, then therefore this extreme complacency that buy good stocks, hold them forever, the Warren Buffett theory that your stocks must be such that if the stock market closes for 10 years, you shouldn't have a problem. Yes, it was good for Buffett, but I don't think it's going to be good for the new generation of people. Because Buffett's generation did not have HFT trading, it did not have so much of penetration, it did not have the information asymmetry that exists today, right? So all these are contributory, and then things are changed. So long-term investing is the first thing which is getting affected. So lots of people are going into medium-term investing. And in this, the institutionalization of the markets is also something tremendous, in the sense that all institutions now are looking at quarterly. The companies are looking at quarterlies. They are deciding it. Analysts are working on quarterly numbers, and all of that is happening. So I think a whole lot of changes.
But basically what you're trying to say is that is the focus from long term now coming back to the short term? Yeah.
Well, I think it is increasing. The focus on long term is not going to go away, right? Too many people are steeped in it. Now the focus on short term is increasing because the system allows trading free in the sense freely to trade. And the costs have come down. So trading element has increased tremendously.
And because
So this is going to increase at the cost of the longer term. That is my point.
Okay. And because the trading element has increased, and you also mentioned the advent of strategy algos earlier, and which, by the way, find really cool, because for most of us, the only exposure of what happened in the past was in Scam 1992 in that series. But you are the only person today who has actually lived that, traded in that particular ring. And today, like you mentioned, in 2001, you designed a complete algo trading system and execution algo. In 2021, you are actually a full-time algo trader and you're designing strategy algos. So you've literally seen it all. And is it because of that that you chose to design your own software, that is NeoTrader, and because you wanted to sort of keep up with the time, or what was the thought process behind that? What was it?
Well, you see, if you don't keep pace with times, you will get relegated, right? Growth is necessary for anything, whether it is business, whether yourself, wherever. If you don't grow, you die, you decay and you die. So market being such a dynamic place and evolving all the time, growth is compulsory. So keeping up with what is happening is compulsory. So somewhere around 2015, 16, I saw that, you have to plug this in. I saw that the market was shifting, from the way it was functioning to more and more technology. So that is where I felt that if I don't move to a more technology-oriented platform, I am going to get left behind. So it began as a venture for my own usage, that I needed to have technology to enable my decision making. So I need, one thing that the market doesn't give you is time to make leisurely decisions. So you needed technology to step up on that. So I started with that as a project, but then it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And then today, my software, which is called NeoTrader, I think it has come to a point where I have made it, I've designed it such that it can be done by new people, because it gives them facility to take straight away trades of the software, because I have programmed all the things I know, all the techniques that I use myself. Even today, I have got them all programmed. Now, being in the market for so long has given me an idea of all the pitfalls and advantages that surround trading methods. So I've been able to use that and get a good coder who understood all this and sit with him. We sat together for nearly 3 years to develop NeoTrader. And today's NeoTrader is still work in progress, because I keep having new ideas and the market keeps throwing up fresh nuances. So it is for the newbie. It's also for the seasoned guy, because I put in a whole lot of analysis frameworks. Now that part I designed for myself, but then I decided, why should I have it for myself? This is something that can be used by everybody. Now, what is primary is that nobody has enough time, but everybody has to trade. Now, therefore, if we can cut down the time of analysis and then enable better execution, I think that is a purpose which is primarily the aim of creating NeoTrader. So it's a analysis and trading companion. I would not call it a software. I would go a little further and say this is a trading companion. Like for a lot of technical analysts, the chart is a companion, right? The chart is not a tool. The chart is not software. The chart is a companion. You can't do without it. So in the same way, now NeoTrader is my companion, right? It is next only to my wife, right? So I would not move without looking at things in NeoTrader. Just as none of you would move without the approval from your spouses or your family, etc. So it has to become something like that, some element whose judgment you trust, because it will always give you the correct information, not jaundiced, not biased, but the correct information as is. I think that is what is most vital aspect about NeoTrader and about algo trading, because algos deal with numbers, algos deal with situations, and they cannot be corrupted, right? They may take a wrong call because the market may suddenly take a turn. That's a different issue. But analyzing the data as is, the algo will not give you a wrong piece of advice, right? So you should learn to go by that, because disciplined trading is looking at the data, recognizing it for what it is, and then doing the action which is demanded of you, not what your emotion says or what your feelings say or what your gut feel says. No, that's all humbug, and that leads you to doing. It's do what the market demands you to do. I think algos in general and NeoTrader in particular, that is what it is designed to do.
Wow, I think there's no better description for NeoTrader than the one you've given right now. Yes, it is definitely your ultimate market companion. And for all of you here, if you want to know more about our software NeoTrader, we've left a link on the chat. You can go and you can explore that. So what people want to know is the methodology and the the logic that goes behind selecting a stock or selecting a trade from NeoTrader. How does it work? Why don't you run everyone through that process?
Well, obviously, I cannot divulge the exact strategy on which it runs. So I'll give you the broad parameters. Now, if you look at any strategy in the market from a trading perspective, right, that they can be just brought down to about 4 or 5 groups. There is momentum strategies, which is trying to read the onset of momentum and the continuation. Typically, that is also, kind of coupled with a breakout strategy. Breakout is a indication of the onset of momentum. So you will have momentum and breakout strategy. Then you have a bunch of strategies where the move has happened and then stocks pull back into support or rise into resistance. So you will get a pullback trade either for long or short. So you have these pullback kind of trades. Then you have typically reversal trades, right? Reversal trades are where the move gets a little overstretched. Now that may be based upon some momentum indicators, that may be based upon price action. It could be based upon various things. And then you got, let's say, breakout and continuation mode and pattern breakouts and all that. So these are all the broad classification of trades which most people use from a technical standpoint. Now, news-based trades are there, but NeoTrader is a technical-based one. So all the strategies that I grouped, that I told you, these are the kind of strategies, and these are the ones that I have devised, designed. I have tested it through the years for myself. These are the ones that I use even to this date, and those are the ones I have coded into it. So broadly, they are under these kind of groups, and they're all technical in nature. Now, news or events, they create momentum. So once a news or event comes in, it is captured by NeoTrader by way of either a momentum trade or a breakout trade or a some sort of a swing reversal trade, etc. So news and events are also captured in NeoTrader through technical analysis.